Okay, so I'm going to try and keep this short and simple. Try anyway. So I'm back down here at Sailors Creek. I've gone for a bit further a walk. This time much further. Looking for spots, I guess. Found this region. Seems to be a choke point. It's hard to tell. Before a bend. And there's a lot more of this sort of natural riffling and pools further up, but I chose this spot simply because when I got here this one was full of rocks and gravel and water, as is this one, larger one behind it, with this rock right there with this big steel bar underneath it. Somebody's tried to lift it but couldn't. I did. Which tells me that yes, this is most likely just going to be flood gold in here. Someone's probably gone through it many years ago and got the good stuff, but it's been a while since anyone's done it, and it doesn't exactly flood here as much as it used to say the least. Okay, so I've done this whole hole, spent the whole day here, at least 5 hours doing this. Just pick it all out by hand, sieve it with that blue sieve, and through these two sieves. It's my last bucket and the last of it. I'm going to do that in just a minute. But I've got everything out of there. I even used my little snuffer bottle to suck up the fines in the bottom when I just literally couldn't pick them up with my hands. If this is any good, then I'll come back tomorrow and do this one. If it's as deep. One can only hope, but there's only one way to find out. There are better places, I'm sure. It'll take a lot more work, i.e. digging into some of these creek banks and pulling the stones out of there, but truth is, with the equipment I got, I'm just doing it all by hand and a complete and utter amateur. This is practice. And I find gold every day. I already found gold. Find one little flake, a couple of specks. I found gold for the day. I'm happy. It gets me out and about, and yeah, I like it outside much more than I do inside. Anyway, I'm going to pan off this and I'm just going to talk, I guess. Yeah. If you're just interested in seeing the result at the end, probably just fast forward, I guess. Okay. I'm not doing these videos as a how-to for gold or anything. I'm a complete and utter amateur. I'm learning this as I go. That's why I'm doing the way I'm doing it, I guess. Sorry about the noise, the audio quality, I can't help it. It's just, I'm working with a phone. I live on the road, or next to the road, or anywhere I can go camping. Trying to avoid populated areas. People that know me in person know that I just simply don't do well around people. I'm also, I just don't enjoy it as much. I don't know. Not a very trusting person, but that's not the topic of this. 1 second, this is noisy. All the small stuff. Never know. My other spot, there was a lot of garnets and whatnot in there, but not this time. Ooh. My snuffer bottle with everything I've gotten so far today, and the bottom of that hole. There's only 2 flakes of gold in here. Anyway, I wasn't here to talk about gold. Today's Australia Day. National holiday, I guess. Americans, you have Independence Day and numerous other ones. I'm not too sure, to be honest, but yeah. 4th of July is the big one from what I can tell on a national basis. Every country has them. It's normally a day of celebration. Had a lot of people walking the tracks above and around me today. But it's good for them. I'd rather avoid people at the moment. As most as you might realise, there's a bit of a virus issue in the world today. So my lifestyle works out pretty well in those circumstances. And this is giving me something to do. I'm not here for the money. I'm not here to do YouTube tutorials or lessons on anything gold prospecting. I'm learning. I'm just doing something to keep myself busy. 10 years in the Australian Army. Suddenly said I couldn't do it anymore. There's a pension. Have a nice day. Have a nice life. Like a lot of the people new to this channel, and to me I guess, I know I'm not the most trusting and not one to believe everything I hear straight up. I'll question it, like a lot of you people, a lot of you folks do. Somebody in our little chat group gave me a little shout out yesterday on the YouTube. I don't plan to do videos for, I don't know, any reason unless I've got something to say. Yeah. This is not something to say. This is me keeping busy, looking for gold before they say you can't do it anymore, or lockdown and you can't go anywhere. Not that that's too much of a problem for me, because I got plenty of places to go, but this is home. I'm outdoors, I'm at home. With the virus going around at the moment, the last thing I'd want to have happen to me is be told I have to stay indoors. You can't go out, you can't go to the shops, you can't go to school, work, whatever, you have to stay in your home. If you have multiple people in your home, the risks increase that someone might get it, and if you're stuck in the house, someone's going to get it. Simple fact is, all the virus movies, all the zombie movies, all those nasty things, if you get a global pandemic, which is being spoken of, and numbers are being fudged, to say the least, I don't know which way, but if you got that, in 7 weeks time, they'll be throwing bodies out the front door. The streets will be lined with the dead, literally. The only safe place people will have to go, especially here in Australia now that they've burnt a massive portion of the forests, bushland in Victoria, New South Wales, and some in Queensland. The majority of the population, they got nowhere to bug out to, so to speak. There's a few places here in Victoria, but they're still heavily populated down here, everywhere. Been travelling Australia for at least since I was 15, 14 even, with help of some family. There's leeches around. With my military experience, my skepticism and pessimism, I guess, I call it cynical hope, honestly, but it's just a sarcasm. Yeah. pick a word, whatever suits you. But because of that, everything I do, what I do when I travel around, when I drive all over the country, as I've done for constantly for 4 years? 5 years in May. 3. And I have everything I need to survive out here, in this situation. Do it because I can. I don't have children, I'm not married. I'm not going to get married again anyway, I should say. They took away my job, said I couldn't do it. Should have told me that to begin with. My life philosophy is expect the worst. That way, if something else happens, you're not disappointed. Some would call that pessimism. I like to think it's forward thinking. And I plan for that. All the stuff in my little car, it'll get me alive, or it'll get me better stuff. But they're the basics. It's getting late and the mozzies are coming out, so I want to do this quick. And probably start rambling. That's what I mean. I'm not here to do videos. I don't know how long this has gone on for, probably about 10, 15 minutes already. I don't really have much to say. I do weird shit and weird shit happens. Nothing's happened yet. And then out here, don't expect it to. I sit here and talk to myself to a horrible phone which I wish I could throw away, but yeah, I'm an amateur at this, so yeah. I say I like to talk while I'm doing something. Now, yeah, I'll just edit a big chunk out of this. Fact is, I do what I do because I can. Simple as that. A lot of people, they're envious. They say, oh, Pete, Krusty, whatever they call me. Why don't you just settle down? Oh, good grief. Yes, it's been worth the effort. Why don't you just settle down, get a job, you know, just meld back into society. The people that this specific part of the video is directed at, we don't want to meld into society. We can see what melding into that does and what it's caused and how people just sit blasé and let it go by. Oh, that's fine, she'll be right. Nah. We all get old, but I ain't dead yet. Alright. Hopefully this is visible. Let's see. That's obviously visible. So that's the main gold. Speck next to it. Speck there. Kind of put in there for size wise. Yeah. Doesn't really matter. Look. See my thumb. It's a little bit. But that's the best I've done so far. Now if I pulled that out of one hole, one day, 5 hours and a walk, I'm happy.